I'm going to start this question by just sketching out the triangle. It's not necessarily going to be accurate or to scale, but there we go. And then I'm going to label A, B, C. So we're told that AB is 5 root 2, BC is 8, and angle B is 60 degrees. In part 1, we're asked to find the exact area of the triangle, giving our answer as simply as possible. Well, a neat way of finding the area of a triangle when you don't have the base and the height is simply to use a half AB sine C. Now this is actually for a triangle where you have capital C as your angle there, and then either side you have A and B, but it's basically the same setup here. Naturally, you don't have to write the formula like this. We could write it as a half AC sine B. There's nothing special about angle C, for example. And so I could call this side, this would be little c, and this would be little a. And actually, at the end of the day, you just need an angle and then two sides either side, and you're sorted. So the area is going to be a half times 5 root 2 times 8 times sine 60. Now sine 60 is actually root 3 over 2. That one's worth learning actually, but if you don't know it, of course, you can put it in your calculator. This is a calculator question. So root 3 over 2. So before I simplify it, I think it's a good idea to put that in. And then I see actually the root 2. Oh, sorry, that's not going to cancel, is it? How's it going to cancel? The 2 is going to cancel with the 8 partially. Oh, and that one there. So that's going to leave me 2. So I'm going to get 10 times root 2 times root 2. It's going to be 10 root 6. You could, to be fair, you could just put all this in your calculator and it would sort it out for you. I think, actually, let me just check. So a half, which is the same as 0.5, times 5 root 2 times 8. And you could even just type in sine 60 here. Okay, it does give 10 root 6. Right, now we need to leave that. It does say exact and as simple as possible. So that is exact and as simple as possible. We're then asked to find the length AC. So this one here, that's going to be little b, giving our answer to 3 significant figures. For this, we need the cosine rule. Now, I don't know. There's different ways you can write down the cosine rule. I think actually I always like to write it as to remember it as easy as possible. It's going to be c squared is a squared plus b squared. That's Pythagoras' theorem. And minus 2ab cos c. And what I would like to do is actually just relabel the triangle, make that capital C and that little c. And yeah, I can basically just swap them over. So that can now be B and that can be B. So I'm going to get 8 squared plus 5 root 2 squared minus 2 times 8 times 5 root 2 cos 60. Just for info, there is another formula that we could have used directly without relabeling it. And, it's just an alternative version of the cosine rule. It'd be B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cos B. That would have worked. Yeah, I'm going to put it in my calculator, but not all at once. 8 squared, because it is expected we show working actually. So 8 squared is going to be 64. This is actually going to be 25 times 2, it's going to be 50. And then I'm going to get 80 here, 80 root 2 times cos 60, which is a half. Just put some of this in the calculator if you need to, but show enough working. And then we could bring it together. 64 plus 50 minus 40 root 2. 57.431. But of course, we actually need to then square root this. 7.5783, which to three significant figures will be 7.58 centimeters.